All right, so my name is Yolanda Gonzalez, and we're at my grandma's house right now, my family's house in Tlalpan, Mexico City. So I've been in Mexico City now for 19 years. I got back when I was 20 years old. Before, I was living in Denver, Colorado. Well, I lived in Denver, Colorado for around 12 years total.
How'd you like it?
I loved it. It's gorgeous. It's a very friendly city to live in. It's just really easy to get around. I lived like right in the center of the city in this area called Cherry Creek. And I walked to school or I could take the bus, and people are just really friendly. So I really loved living there. My favorite spot is this national park called Garden of the Gods. It's a gorgeous national park with like red rocks, and it's about an hour away from Denver, really close to Colorado Springs. And it was like, I think it's one of my favorite places in the whole world. I miss my best friend, um, Norma. She's like my sister. We've been best friends since we were 12 years old. So I think she is who I miss the most. And secondly, just the city itself. It's a very beautiful city with gorgeous scenery around, and you can do a lot of outdoors activities, which I love. So those are the two things I think I miss the most. So I was in Denver because of my dad. My dad had a work visa. My dad was a jeweler. He was a craftsman, and he got a job over there with a work visa. Unfortunately, we're never able to get our papers. Like my mom and I never got like any type of visa or work residency or anything. So when I was done with school, it was like I was just like babysitting and doing like a little jobs here and there, but it wasn't enough and it wasn't fulfilling. So I didn't want to get like a job doing something with like an illegal social security or go through that route. So just decided it was better to come back and maybe start school and start my life here in Mexico.
What was it like coming back?
It was really difficult to adapt at first. With in general, it was very shocking to see a different lifestyle. So there were a lot of things. In Mexico City is pretty intense. The rhythm of life here is really busy, and as a big city, people are, even though I think Mexican people are really nice, in the city, sometimes you come across a lot of competition. So I think I came across a lot of things in my 20s with my family and outside that it was really hard to adapt. So I started to adapt, but it was definitely very hard. I guess I wish I had met the people that I know now earlier. I wish I had gotten, when I first got here, I didn't really know where to go. So I started with jobs that were where I was like very overqualified. So I wish I would have gotten maybe like I would have like maybe done more research on my own. I guess at that time internet wasn't that popular either. Like we were barely getting it. I had MySpace, things like that. So it was like barely starting. But maybe I could have done more research, perhaps. So yeah, moving from like one place to another, especially in a city, had been something that I had done before as a child. When I was 10 years old, we had moved to the US. And that was really tough because I lost a lot of belongings as a child. So I didn't have a lot of I don't have like my little like, I don't know, like anything from when I was a child, not even like clothing or anything, since I was very young. So I kind of like, I wasn't very attached to anything really. But I do remember that I brought just like key things. I mean, at that point, like pictures. Like I have like very specific pictures of family and friends. Certain like items that were in style at that time because I knew that they didn't have them here in Mexico. So I was like emo at that point. So I brought like my kangaroos that weren't popular here yet, things like that, that I knew I wasn't going to find. CDs, like that were still something that I remember bringing back like DVDs that I still have, um, books that I didn't think I could find here. I used to have a jewelry case filled of jewelry that my dad gave me, like gold rings and things. But when my mom passed away, my dad came back from the States, and it was really, 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 really tough for him. They weren't together anymore, but it was still really rough for him. So when he came back, I gave it to him. I think that was the most precious and valuable item, but I gave it to him so that he could restart, sell them, do whatever it needed to be done. And yeah, he got rid of them, and he was never really able to restart again as he would have, because he was quite old when he got back, and then he got Parkinson's disease. But I know that it helped him like at that moment, so I don't feel bad for getting rid of it. I sometimes wish I would have kept something, because I'm like, oh, now I have like nothing. Like I don't have like one piece even, but you know, goods are for the bad moments. So I think that what helped me was falling in love with my culture again, like falling in love with being Mexican. When I first got here, I felt like foreigner. Like there were a lot of things that I didn't get, that I couldn't understand, and that I actually didn't like. But they were customs, or they were like culture, what I had to do. So I had to get used to these things. Food, everything, like a lot of things. The food was really easy because I love food. So I think that's one of the main things that I fell in love with. And then just the people and the way they lived. I met this family who like kind of brought me in. So my family is very different, like a normal Mexican family. I don't think anyone had a like quinceañera. Christmas, nobody's dancing. Like it's very different. But I had the fortune of kind of being adopted to this like other family where I was able to live these customs of like everyone getting together for every holiday, everyone like organizing food together. And like, I think that is what helped me, like just falling in love with like all these little things. And I would, every weekend, I would go and try to like visit a different museum, or because I was very like art involved. I went to art school in Denver through like all my teenage years. I went to this for high school. I did all my high school in Denver School of the Arts, and it's an arts endorsed high school. So you have to audition to get in. So this was my yearbook and when I was a freshman. So this was like my first high school year in Denver School of the Arts. Dream to start with art. So that was like their little motto for that. These are all the little dedications that I got from my friends back then. She was my best friend too. Look, she wrote on her say self. Rachel Marzullo, she's an amazing visual artist. Here's another one of my really good friends, Andrew Hallett. Who else? Oh, she was one of my best friends since like middle school. We were friends forever. She's the reason I started at the school. Her name's Janita Badger. She was also a techie, stagecraft and design major. And there's various arts. So there's stagecraft and design. There's like vocal, drama, dance, orchestra, piano, and visual arts. And 4 hours of your day, no, like 3.5 hours of your day are dedicated to your art. So you have like all your academics, except you don't have gym or any of that. Like there's no cheerleaders, there's no jocks. So I never grew up with that at all. Like I don't know what that's like. So I only grew up with like art people. Yeah. When I got here, I didn't think people like were very interested in arts at all. And I would ask people, and they were like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like do you like art? Like do you go to?" And they're like, "No." Like people my age. So it was hard to find that circle of people that were kind of interested on culture and on other things. But that helped, like I think my curiosity for it and finding out different things of what being Mexican means and becoming Mexican myself was what really helped. So life in Mexico for me is very. I feel like I found a stability. I have a job that I really love and that I can do at home. I am very close to my cousin and my aunt, so I think having them in my life is definitely something that is really important for me. And also spending time with family, even if it's not mine. Like my boyfriend's family is also really important to me. So I went to this party with a friend, and I didn't really know anybody there. And when I got there, I saw this guy that I had previously met and who I knew from work. From America, I worked at American Express for 7 years, and so I went up to him and said hi, and there he was. Gustavo like was right next to him, and so he introduced me to him. And we like I sat there with them for a while and we chat and we started talking. And then he got like my Instagram and I got his. And then from there on, he just like, we just started like kind of like liking each other's, stories, things like that. And then we just started dating. Like he was started like looking for me to like hang out, but I'd be out of town. And then finally we were able to meet up. And since then, we've just been inseparable.
What would you say to folks that are, whether it's voluntary or not, but that are looking at the possibility of coming back after living in the U.S. for a while?
Well, I would tell them to give themselves the opportunity to see it from a positive perspective and that it's going to bring them a lot of joy. I feel like it made me understand who I was as a person. It reaffirmed my identity as like a Mexican. I think that when you're in the States, you don't really feel at home. And I think that you cherish that. And when you come back, it's troubling because you feel like that's your home, but this is our home. So I think I would like just say stay open to the possibilities, stay positive, and yeah, just look for whatever your passion is, stick with it too, and try to like do that so that if it feels, anything that you miss from there, you'll find it here.